When do we actually know when the oven is done? This is one of the most commonly asked questions, and it makes sense because not many people actually know. I mean, we set timers and things, we set these parameters for ourselves. We tell ourselves, in 22 minutes, um, the food will be done. We tell ourselves this, and then we set a 22-minute timer and expect the food to be done. But then after that 22 minutes, the food is actually just overcooked. And so basically now you have this problem. Well, okay, how much time do I actually put the food into the oven for? If 22 minutes isn't enough, but I told myself 22 minutes and I made a timer and it wasn't cooked, it was overcooked, how do I do this? Well, basically, let me actually clear this right here. Basically, we have to look at it kind of like, think of it this way, okay? I'm gonna draw a box. Okay, this box is gonna represent our oven. Okay, and an oven, it's got a door, it's got buttons on it, it's got all sorts of stuff, right? Most importantly, though, it has, well, the oven, the part where you bake the food. So when you set a timer, okay, let's say for 20 minutes, okay, that's saying that you are cooking the food for 20 minutes long, or 500,286 seconds. Okay? So 500,286 seconds, if you really think about it, that is a very big number compared to this 20 here, right? Because when you look at these two numbers, this one has more numbers than that one. So what we need to do is actually go back to our 22 minutes, right? 22 minutes is basically the same as 20 minutes because we already discussed earlier that 2 plus 2 equals 5, which fundamentally means that technically if you subtract 2 from 2, it could still equal 2. Therefore, 22 is still technically 20 minutes. So when you divide, actually, I'll just use this here. When you divide 500,286 seconds by 20 minutes, you are then left with, it's kind of broad, actually. This is something that not many people know, but you're actually left with 5 onions. 5 onions usually translates to about 13 yachts. 13 yachts is equivalent to 12 mics, and 12 mics is equivalent to 5,269 blocks. And 5,265 blocks normally means like about a day or two. So when you're looking at 20 minutes, you're actually looking at about a day or two. This is kind of like, because blocks are a bit difficult to fully understand and grasp the time frame of, because they work different. As Einstein once said, time is relative. So this number here, the 5,265 blocks, could actually mean 2 days, whereas to some people's perspective, it could mean 1 day. And so you're left with this dilemma that, this amount of time, this 20 minutes or 22 minutes that you're putting into your oven here is actually not even close to that long. You're actually putting it in there for nearly, from 24 to 48 hours without knowing it. And so what you should be doing is, no matter what food you cook, a good estimate, or a good time to normally cook pretty much any frozen food, or really anything that just needs to be baked and expanded, pretty much anything you need to cook in an oven, on an average time frame, it should be about, you should set the timer for about 4 minutes, and 20 seconds. The reason is because if you filter in all this math right here into this time here, it actually translates to about 200 blocks. And 200 blocks is actually not even close to 2 days. Okay, 200 blocks is close to about, guess what? 20 minutes. Or for some other time dilations, 22 minutes. Isn't that fascinating? So now you see here the 20 minutes and the 22 minutes, they're the same, right? We've determined that. And now we've determined the actual time that it takes using all this math to really cook whatever you're cooking in the oven. If you're wanting to do about 20 minutes or 22 minutes, what you actually need to do is 4 minutes and 20 seconds right here. Okay? This is just an easier way to cook your food. And so, yeah.